in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows, there's a man with a passion that everybody knows.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC, coming at you this brisk 54 degree Arkansas morning. I am loving this temperature shift we're experiencing here. Getting a little fall early here in the stone, and I am all for that. I am a polar bear. I love the colder weather. I am not built for the heat. I am built for the cooler weather, and I am ready for it. Without too much further ado, we got this pretty girl right here, Miss Abby. She is in her spot down here at my feet, as always, keeping us protected from any peril that may come out of these Arkansas woods here at any time. But we are ready to get at it this morning, and we are going to get back on another of my new series that I'm doing that I am absolutely loving, by the way. The People series. And the People series is simply this: you guys are sending in to me topics that you want to see on videos. And I have got a list going. I think I'm up to 7 or 8 deep now of show ideas, video ideas, and keep them coming. I love it. Did one yesterday from Brother Mike over at Making Cutlery Great Again. Great topic. And we have another one that we're going to tackle today. And this one was sent in to us by my brother, Stephen, over at Sanctified EDC. You were up, and you were the lucky pull this morning for a video on the People's Choice, the People series. And Stephen wanted to know, and wanted to see my Uncle Henry knives, or my Uncle Henry collection. Well, okay, we are going to do that, but unbeknownst to me, I did not know really how many I had of Uncle Henrys, but it ain't many. For whatever reason, I just don't have many of the Uncle Henry branded Schrades. I have a couple, so I am going to show them, Stephen. But for the to fill a video, what I've decided to do is make it a Uncle Henry / Schrade video and show my Uncle Henrys and my Schrades, not old timer. Now, what I do have quite a bit. That's what I'm kind of I'm old timer dominant as far as my Schrade collection. I have quite a few of those, but the one I did not have many of was actually Uncle Henry. I have a few Schrade, the mothership. I have a few Schrades here that I'm going to show with them to kind of fill the void. But anyway, speaking of Uncle Henry, the Uncle Henry 127 or the Uncle Henry 227 UH, those are the folding hunters by Uncle Henry. And guess what? I don't have one of either. I know, shamefully, but you horse traders out there, anybody that hears my voice, if you guys have a 127 Uncle Henry or a 227 Uncle Henry, and you're not using it, or you don't carry it much, hit me up in these comments down here, and we can put the old we can let some horses out the stable, and work something out. But anyway, those are two that are on my radar that I'm actively searching for. So, but anyway, let's get into it and show some knives. And the first one I have here, and this is an 885 UH Stockman. This is an Uncle Henry 885 in the good old Stagallon, the faux stag covers. And this is a 3 7/8, so basically a 4-inch size Stockman. And I actually found this down in Shreveport, Louisiana at a pawn shop maybe a month or two back. This is a pretty recent pickup for me. Very good shape, very clean, all the blades still there. I believe it was basically untouched, but loving this one. Very beautiful, good full size, nice snap. I'll show you that in hand real quick. So, and if I get up here on the choil, you pretty much have that whole bolster there. Definitely get a good grip on this. The 885 Uncle Henry Stockman. So, moving on. And believe it or not, Stephen, this is my only, unless I have some put away somewhere that I didn't find, which is possible, the only ones that I dug out that I could find that were actually Uncle Henry. This is my second one, and this is a good old LB7, but this one is in Uncle Henry stamping. And as if you can see here, we have a little old etching on there, Mac Tools. So this one was kind of an advertising LB7 that had Mac Tools etched on it. But everybody knows the LB7. It is the Schrade, pretty much big bowl tank. The LB7 and also the 60T, they're almost the identical in size. The 60T, the only difference is it only has one bolster, and it actually has a lanyard hole, which is probably my favorite of the two. Love the ability to add a lanyard on it. But as far as size, they are both about identical, the LB7 and the 60T. But this is the double brass bolsters. This is basically Schrade's iteration of a Buck 110. About the same size, same length, heavy as all get out, hand filling. Yeah, this is their Buck 110 inspired derivative. So Stephen, that concludes the show, buddy. Like I said, shamefully, I don't have, I didn't know it, but when I got to looking, I just don't have many under the Uncle Henry branding. But we have more to come. Since I showed this one, we'll go real quick. And this starts my Schrade lineup. And this is a Schrade branded LB7. Same knife. Same knife. This one just being a LB7 Uncle Henry. This one being an LB7 Schrade, the Schrade mothership. So, we're going to move kind of quick where this ain't 30 minutes long. Staying with the big boys. Pretty much the same knife right here. It is it the exact same frame? This one doesn't say LB7. There may be subtle differences. This one just says Schrade Plus USA LTD as far as the stamping. But this is one I showed the other day in my buck video, one of my stag. And this is definitely some gorgeous stag here. We got the brass against this fat stag covers here. But basically the same knife as those LB7s, just in stag. Love it. Beautiful. Absolutely. And keeping along the large knife vein, we have this guy. And this guy, I have a shout out to my buddy Todd up at Pocket EDC. This is a knife that Todd turned me on to. He knows I am Mr. Folding Hunter, and he actually sent me this listing. And this was a fixer-upper at the time. This is actually, I'll close the Skinner blade. You guys know what a Folding Hunter is by now on my channel, for sure. But this is an old Schrade Walden. And this is the, what is the model number? 225H, is that right? 225, I'm sorry folks, I'm holding it off camera trying to read. I think it says 225, it's the 225. But this is the old Schrade Walden stamp. And this is like, what was it, 1940 something all the way up to 73. It's another one of those Schrade tang stamps that have the real long years, you know, included in it. So this could be a 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way up to early 70s. Don't know, but anyway, this is one of their older tang stamps, and actually has a shield here from Aston Folks. I forget what that was. I looked it up, but that is an old company that subbed out, that had Schrade make some knives for them, and really cool shield. I love it. But anyway, this was kind of a project knife. Had a real low price on it. Todd saw it, knew that I like to tinker and restore knives, knows that I like folding hunters. He sent me the listing, and that's how this came into my collection. I absolutely love it. Again, this has some jigged Delrin for covers on this guy. Good looking. This knife cleaned up really well, and love it. So that is the 225H, I believe. We're just going to call it the Schrade Walden 225 Folding Hunter. Right. Moving on. Gotta rep the Mafia for Brother Aaron up at 865 Knives. Hope to see you back soon. I have talked to him. He seems to be doing really well. Of course, you guys know he had a passing in his family, and that's why we haven't seen. He's taken a little step away, as he should, from the YouTube game right now, but I believe he'll be back. But he is doing good. I've spoke with him, and personally to you, buddy, I love you, and I need to pick up the phone, and we need to talk soon. But anyway, how about a good old muskrat? Oh yeah. And we have, this is the 787. Is this a Schrade Walden? This is just a Schrade. I'll actually show y'all that stamp real quick, if it'll come through. But this is a improved muskrat, if I can talk. Says that here on the little bomb shield on this guy. Super pointy on these, I call them kind of Turkish clip point blades. And again, we have some of that same as we just saw over here on this guy. Some more of that jig Delrin. But anyway, that is a Schrade 787 muskrat, and very cool one. Love it. Moving on. Now, we showed earlier, let me get this one back out. We showed this guy to start with, our Uncle Henry, our 4-inch. This is where we started, right here. Well, here is the same knife, basically, same dimensions and everything, but this is in Schrade. This is their 881. This was the 885 Uncle Henry. This is the 881Y for yellow. I call it the old Nanner Stockman. We got the good old yellow Delrin on here. And like I said, same dimensions. This is an Uncle Henry. This is the variant of Schrade. And the 881, same thing, full-size Stockman. 3 7/8 inch, 4 inch, whatever you want to call it. Technically 3 7/8, but we have that bomb shield again that we had earlier. And yeah, love it, love it, love it. It's just something classic about those old yellow Delrons. I know Randy over at WSG is putting earmuffs on right now. Old Randy does not whatsoever like the old yellow Delron stuff, but I'm in the camp that it's just classic. It's the whole grandpa vibe. A lot of knives made back in the day in this good old yellow Delron, and I particularly dig it. I have no problem with it. Good snap. See that one in hand? Again, it's the same knife. You're going to have that same bit of bolster coming out the back when you grab it. Beautiful, nice little Stockman. Well, not really little Stockman. I would say this is a full-size Stockman. Of course, you know, you can go bigger, what I call a jumbo Stockman. You get into your 75s from Case or whatever. Those are like 4 1/4 inches. These are right at 4 inches, 3 7/8. So just a step down from like a 75 as far as total length, but definitely most people are going to have no problem getting a full 4-finger grip on this guy, and I love it. 881 Schrade Stockman. Last but not least, we got this little guy. And this is a cool one right here. This is the 206, the Schrade. Yeah, that is, I was making sure it didn't say 206HU, some letter behind it. This is just the Schrade 206 Barlow. And as you can see, we have got the Teeners going on it. We carry this little guy. We love this little guy. One of my favorite Barlows, actually. Has a nice scroll work here, a little filigree stuff in these bolsters. Give it a nice little touch. Has a nice little single thread. I just think this whole bolster game here is cool. The little filigree stuff they did, the one single thread in it, just really classy. And then you come down here to this kind of, what would I call that? Autumn orange, harvest orange maybe, on these Delron. And this one's one that fooled me too. This is definitely Delron, but this is back again, back when they did Delron really good. Case, like I said the other day, matter of fact, it may I actually have an example of what I was talking about the other day. This is what I'm toting today in my pocket, by the way. Can you see those? Yeah, right there. You can see those imperfections and divots, whatever you want to call it, right there. This is Delron. This is my granddaddy Barlow I'm toting today. Well, check it out. Schrade did it too back there. Look at those spots in there and imperfections. They, back in the 70s and all, and this is another one with this tang stamp here. Let's see. This is probably a 70s or 80s. Matter of fact, I think it was. I looked up this tang stamp. It was 70s to, I can't remember all on top of my head. This is a 70s or 80s knife. And you guys know what I think about the 70s. And buddy, did they do Delron back there. If you did not know, this would fool you. And it fooled me to start with. I thought this was bone. I thought that was some nice orange bone, but it indeed is like a smooth Delron. But the way they do this here, I'm looking for my words. These little character lines, imperfections, it really looks like bone. It's the same kind of imperfections and all as you would see in a smooth bone cover. And man, did they do them good back in the day. And snap, y'all want to hear some snap? Check out this little guy. Nice. No half stops on this one, but Good snap. Very, very beautiful one. Shout out to the fellers of the orange on this one. I'm sure you guys think that one's pretty cool. I do myself too. You guys know I'm a big time red fan, but orange is a cousin. Orange is a kissing cousin to red, so I do have some love for some of the oranges too. But that is the Schrade 206 Barlow. And Stephen, buddy, that one was for you. Unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of Uncle Henrys. Tells me I just need to get to work on collecting some more. And like I said, Uncle Henry 127 or 227, you guys hit me up. You guys got one of those? I am really pounding the pavement for those, and maybe we can put a horse trade together or something. If you got one that you're not using, I will. But anyway, we're at 20. Yeah, we've hit the 21-minute mark here in just a second. You know what to do. Over here, there's a button over here. If you like these kind of things, these old traditional pocket knives, we talk about them almost on the daily. Hunting season's coming up, so it might not be absolutely daily, but we talk about them all the time over here. And keep those comments, show ideas, video ideas. I call it a show, so I guess it ain't really a show. Keep those video ideas coming. I'm loving them. I got a list in the house. I am writing them down, and if you've sent one in, trust me, it's on the list. I got them, can't do a month every day, a video from this series, every day for a month. That would probably get stagnant, but I am going to mix these in on a regular. So definitely keep those coming. Something you'd want to see, something you want to hear me tackle on a video, send it on. We'll do our best to accommodate. I am writing them down. We love you. We're going to let you go. That one's for you, Stephen. Hope you enjoyed. God bless.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see.